So I do vegetable juicing, and today I'm going to take you through just my basic vegetable juice, the one that I seem to always have. So I usually do a bunch of celery, a couple carrots. These are fairly short, that's why there's many of them, and some cucumber. My boyfriend prefers mini cucumber just because it's easier to take for breakfast. So that's what we have, so that's what I'm going to use. All I do for prep for the vegetables is wash them and chop the ends off. You can leave the ends on depending on their condition. You do need to separate the celery into individual sticks though, because they're just, even in the wide mouth juicers, there's not a lot of space. But now that everything's washed and the ends are chopped, it's time to put it in the juicer and make my juice. So I have a Breville Juice Fountain Plus. That's what I have, that's what I'm going to use. It's super loud, I apologize. So what we're going to do is turn this on high, 'cause the celery and the carrots are considered hard vegetables, and because the skin is still on the cucumber, it's also considered a hard vegetable. So we'll juice everything on high, and so we'll just turn it on and start feeding these through. This is a wide chute, and so you can feed more through at a time. It goes a lot faster. It's not the best juicer, but it gets the job done. And we're done. Safety first. Unplug that. And yes, I kept the little plastic end for the cord because I tend to crush cords and I don't want to have to replace the prongs on that. So we're done. This is our juice. It's a real funny color because the carrot makes it orange. So that's that. That's how we make it. Now we gotta clean it. I'm going to put this in the container I'm going to drink out of, and then I'll clean this up. So the first thing I do is I grab some crushed ice from the fridge. I find that I prefer juice cooler, so if I put some ice in it, it tastes better to me. So I've got ice in my cup. I use crushed ice because it cools this down a little bit faster. I just prefer my juice cold, and this does warm up the vegetables a little bit. So even though they were in the fridge, it's not exactly cold. It's cool, but it's not cold. So. See the foam starting to come out, so that means we're done. It's perfect sized cup. So I'm gonna put the lid on that so I don't spill it, because I will spill it. And then we'll get to cleaning up. I'm gonna grab my compost bucket and put it over here. This top part I'm just gonna set aside. Put it on my cutting board so that my cupboards don't get as dirty. But any food that gets stuck in this top chute part, any pulp, I put it into my compost. Same with all the pulp from the juicing goes in my compost. I feed my gardens almost exclusively with compost that I make on my own. My backyard, which is pretty impressive in the city. So I don't find this wasteful at all. I know some people do. You can put the pulp in different recipes if you want it. I don't. And then this just pops off the top. Set that aside. This is fine. Doesn't need to be washed unless something's spilt down the sides. I touched it, so I'm going to wipe it down. Now let's get to washing. So I generally do this in reassembly order. I'll take the blade out of this part and I'll wash this part first. It does come with a little washing brush, which is helpful. Okay, the basket. The basket you gotta be very careful with because it does have blades all the way around the bottom. You do have to clear all the pulp out of here, which can be quite challenging. This takes the longest to wash, and you want to make sure you do it right away and not leave it so everything gets hard. Okay, so everything I've just washed, I've assembled back into the thing. I'm going to put this back in the cupboard like this, and then wash the rest. And I won't fully assemble it because I want it to dry properly. And by back in the cupboard, I have a spot in my open pantry for it. Okay. So next we'll do this guy, and there is still some pulp in here. I couldn't get it all, like fiber and stuff. So it's really good to have a strainer in the bottom of your sink when you're doing this. Like I have one of these things to stop things from going down the sink. And the pusher gets stored inside of the pulp thing. At least that's how I do it. And then I do dump out all the foam, wash this guy. Put the lid back on this. And my brush goes in here so I don't lose it, and it stays with my juicer. And then it's time to put these two away. So I have this open shelf for my juicer and some KitchenAid attachments. And just the other parts for the juicer just go in behind. And they're done. And that's all put away, cleaned and put away. So it takes me about half an hour start to finish to make the juice. That's getting the vegetables out of the fridge, washing, cutting them, juicing them, cleaning up. And ice is not all melted, it's nice and cold. It's ready to drink. I quite enjoy that. And I always feel better after I have it. It's like an energy boost. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your juice.